Hey, looking to escape a tyrant or demanding boss, or the never-ending and unsurmountable workload? Or perhaps run away from the freezing cold? Here's an idea. You can warm up with a shot of cachaça while watching this video. Or with a cup of Brazilian coffee by the fireplace.
Or, even better yet, get your out to Florianópolis instead.
But seriously, this vlog with food, beaches, and discoveries you're about to see is pretty epic. Stay tuned because we'll soon showcase the delicious food at Oysters. Last week's vlog ended at the Floripa public market. Check out the link in the top right corner if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. From there, we headed south on the main highway and found a rural road crossing over the island east to west in direction to Ribeirão da Ilha. Initially, the road went from paved, then it got rocky and rough, which was reminiscent of driving through country roads back home. This remote drive on the island made me question Google Maps' accuracy. Yet we found our first stop quite easily. It's called Alambique do Zeca. Alambique refers to the equipment traditionally used for producing spirits like cachaça. For those of you unfamiliar with cachaça, it's a distilled spirit made from fermented sugarcane juice. It's uniquely Brazilian, and it's the key ingredient in Brazil's national cocktail, the caipirinha. The overcast sky nudged our plans in this direction, and I was happy to visit this distillery because cachaça is deeply rooted in Brazilian culture and history, more precisely, dating back to the 16th century. Upon arrival, Zeca welcomed us warmly, sharing stories and giving us generous tastings of his varieties. Additionally, he gave us a small tour of his distillery. We wanted to support his work by buying a bottle, but he wasn't equipped to accept credit cards. We had insufficient notes, so the only other option was to pay by Pix. Sadly, the internet signal was spotty, and we couldn't complete the transaction. So if you visit Zeca thanks to this video, tell him we sent you, and make sure to bring cash or Pix. We said goodbye to Zeca and continued on our road trip. Shortly after, we came across this plaque which indicated a nearby hiking trail. We were interested, but rain was on the way and we weren't equipped with the proper footwear. So we decided to move on. A short 5-minute drive later, we noticed a homemade road sign indicating cheese for sale, which caught our attention because back home, we'll usually drive to the countryside in search of fresh cheese. We found a local farm by the name of Sítio do Hortêncio, which translates to Hortêncio's farm or ranch. He didn't have much to show us during our visit, which is probably related to the pandemic's disruption. Our trip took place 9 months after the first COVID outbreak, which left many producers unsure about production levels. Alas, Hortêncio received us just as well, showing us his event section and his chalets. He elaborated on outdoor activities like hiking and boating, and confirmed that we should have proper footwear for hiking since there were many snakes in the area. This chalet and site is a great alternative for those of you looking for ecotourism. You'll also be happy to know that it's a working farm, and is part of the agro-tourism movement in Brazil, which encourages sustainable farming and tourism. Here you can enjoy homemade cheeses and other local delights. Hortêncio's family has been here for decades, creating a tranquil escape for visitors seeking a taste of rural life in Florianópolis. In addition to nearby hikes and waterfalls, you can also enjoy canoeing on the Perry Lake. Our short conversation with Hortêncio gave us a sincere and warm feeling, and if you're interested to visit, we recommend communicating with them directly rather than dropping in like we did. We got back to the car, feeling a little hungry since we didn't get our cheese. We were roughly 5 minutes away from the coast and Ribeirão da Ilha, which is one of the oldest settlements in Florianópolis. This part of the island is famous for its colorful colonial houses and oyster farming. Ellie recalled a nearby restaurant called Oysters, renowned for its fresh oysters. And I remember Chris saying good things about it. So that's where we decided to have our late lunch. There are a lot of playful elements at this restaurant. For instance, upon entering, we noticed that most of the staff were dressed in captain's uniforms. This is their way to enhance the restaurant's nautical theme and create a unique dining experience. Plus, when you further inspect the name Ostradamus, the word ostra is Portuguese for oysters. This part of the island is one of the main oyster farming hubs in Brazil. We were curious about their state-of-the-art setup at the front of the restaurant and asked one of the captains about it. Listen to the captain's explanation.
O tanque está vazio, mas como funciona? Isso aqui é a água do mar, ela passa por filtros, onde a gente retira todo o alimento e toda a sujeira da água, e uma lâmpada de ultravioleta, onde elimina bactérias coliformes salmonelose. Então ela começa a filtrar em torno de 20 litros por hora. O que ela reteve no mar, ela elimina tudo. Ela faz uma limpeza interna da casa dela e o que está no intestino dela, ela joga fora tudo. Então, com isso, você vai comer uma ostra mais fresca e com melhor qualidade. Sim.
Como ele fala da desviação. Para poder tirar o que faz mal para as pessoas.
Não que vai fazer mal. A ostra sai da fazenda já própria para o consumo. Isso que a gente faz é para melhorar a qualidade da ostra. Você vai tirar as impurezas que ficaram nela, que não vai fazer mal para a gente, mas a gente vai comer sem ela extremamente limpa.
Entendi.
Então nós somos o único restaurante do Brasil que tem um sistema de depuração e eu acredito que um dos poucos também do mundo que tem um sistema de ar.
E ela fica aqui dentro quando vocês vão fazer.
Elas ficam aqui dentro, tem o tanque. Aqui cabem 240 dúzias. 240 dúzias. Aqui é só um mostruário.
Ah, tá. Entendi. Mas elas ficam ali.
Ficam aqui.
Tá. Entendi.
E essa parede aqui, ela funciona como um resfriador de água. Tem um chiller que a gente deixa a água abaixo dos 15 graus. Porque a temperatura alta, a ostra fica estressada, é ruim. Com a temperatura baixa, ela vai ficar letárgica e a gente não mantém a qualidade dela.
Bem interessante, né? Não sabia, não.
Muito obrigado.
Não sei o que.
Fica com Deus, viu? Obrigada. Obrigada. Muito obrigada, viu? De coração. Obrigada, viu? Tchau.
I enjoy eating oysters from time to time, but Ellie isn't a fan of raw oysters. Although she'll eat them baked, so we decided to order a mixed platter. We also shared escondidinho de camarão. The dish itself resembles a shepherd's pie from back home. However, in this case, the protein was shrimp instead of mincemeat. In Brazil, these types of dishes are usually made with mandioca or cassava root, which is our potato equivalent from back home. The service was impeccable and the food delicious. The only thing missing was the sun and blue sky for us to enjoy a beautiful view at the beach. After the delicious and filling lunch, we decided to go for a walk to discover the neighboring houses and streets. Our walk was cut short because of the rain, so we took refuge at a bus shelter until we saw a cafe across the street. The name? Tain's Tempo, which translates to "you have time" or "take the time." The cafe is beautifully decorated with an impressive display of desserts. And how can you resist one when they look this good? Needless to say, we didn't need much convincing. Ellie and I each ordered a coffee and a dessert. Our breakfast plus the market snacks Oysters, escondidinho, and now dessert? I think that's enough food for one day, wouldn't you say? When traveling, we like to mix it up, and despite the last overcast and rainy days, we managed to keep ourselves occupied. And actually, I think it was a blessing in disguise. Otherwise, with lots of sun, we might have missed a lot of great discoveries. For us, this only confirms that Florianopolis is a great overall destination, because it's got a great variety of activities. Finally, some sun, and it came out just in time for my birthday. We spent most of the day at Campeche Beach, one of Florianopolis' best spots for relaxation and surfing. Campeche Beach is also the starting point for boat trips to Campeche Island, an ecological reserve with ancient petroglyphs, which are rock carvings or engravings made by prehistoric people. We soaked in the sun as though we were two Canadians in desperate need of vitamin D after a long winter. Well, there's a bit of truth in that. Lots of sun and warmth at the beach really cuts an appetite, so we headed back to the posada and opted for an early dinner instead. Luckily, one of the best pizzerias on the island was located just a short 6-minute walk from the posada. Have a look at Google Maps, where they boast a 4.8 rating with over 2,000 reviews. And if you look close enough, you might even see our review posting there. After viewing the menu, I was thinking of a simple dinner like a beer and a pizza. But we got coaxed into ordering an appetizer. At the moment, I wasn't convinced. But my opinion quickly changed after that first bite. Wow, next to Italy, this is quite the burrata. Then came the pizza we ordered, and Artisano wasn't putting on the brakes. Instead, they accelerated. All doubts were put to rest. And all you pizza lovers out there, you need to try this pizza here. Actually, Brazilian pizza gives Italy some serious competition. If not, tops them as the best pizza makers. Don't believe me? Ask Italians living in Brazil their thoughts on the debate. The next day, more sun, which meant we needed to tackle a few more beaches off that 42 list. We started the day at Santinho Beach. Then migrated over to Ingleses beach, which was way too windy and small. After a quick peek at Ingleses Beach, we headed to the furthest northern point of the island and ventured to Praia da Lagoinha. We thought the other beaches were windy, but this one beat them all. Which makes sense really because we were at the very top of the island. The hot weather on the beach really saps your energy and hunger, which is why you'll find a lot of Açaí carts on the beaches. Açaí is actually a Brazilian superfood. It's a small, dark purple fruit that is native to the Amazon rainforest. Here it's generally served as a frozen bowl or smoothie, and you can add as many toppings as you like. For instance, bananas, condensed milk, granola, chocolate, and even more fruit. It was the perfect snack to hold us over until dinner.
What's up, everyone? Well, our time in Florianópolis is coming to a close, but trust me, the best is yet to come. A secret trail leading to an untouched hidden paradise. You won't want to miss what's next. All right, time to sign off here, so I'll wish you a great week, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Cheers.